Facebook for a long while. I have been busy with a lot of stuff. Before I get into the video, I'm going to tag my friends on Facebook. Be right back. It's not letting me share it to Facebook. What the fuck? Why don't I have Facebook on here? Facebook, dumbass. Okay, I already tagged people on Facebook. Uh, I'm not really nice looking right now for me to show my face because I haven't been able to bathe regularly because the water system's off. And I also haven't been able to clean things as much because the water is off. And I would like to show you what's been going on rather than showing you my face, in order for you to know that I'm not lying to you and I'm not exaggerating anything to you, that this isn't poppycock. Because I know most of you that are my friends and viewers of my YouTube channel are my fellow target individuals, patriotic Americans, and you don't like it when your time is being wasted, and you also don't like it when people are lying to you. Therefore, I like to show you evidence, proof of what I'm saying is true about what's going on in my life, than showing you my effing face that isn't anything entertaining to even watch in the first place. Which is why YouTube channels like YouTube channels that play video games get more subscribers than those who just sit on a camera and talk to people. Because not everybody wants to look at somebody who's talking to them. That's why people listen to the radio, because they want to listen to what they're saying, not what they look like. They want to listen to music and stuff. And that's because everything has its own purpose. Videos are something that you watch. Radios are something you listen to. And sometimes people just won't listen to something. Sometimes people won't watch something move around on a screen. Hi, Jackie. Are you a target individual? If not, I don't think you want to watch my YouTube videos. Or if you're not a patriotic American or conspiracy theorist, truth, or whatever the fuck you're going to call that. It goes by all kinds of different names. You probably don't want to watch my stuff, or you don't know what QAnonymous is, or an activism and whistleblowers are. You don't want to watch my content, because my content's for people like that who know and are interested in stuff like that. My well has been messed up and not working for almost a week, and my grandpa and his friends are putting in a new well system because that one's 30 years old, and that well system was only supposed to last for 15 years, but it lasted for 30 years instead of 15. And that well system is actually 1 year older than I am. And I have to wait today or tomorrow for him to fucking fix it. And I've been going out in the woods because out in the woods, I can go to the bathroom out in the woods while doing other stuff, and I don't have to use the toilet to go to the bathroom, which is very fucking difficult to do because I have to go get this bucket of water. I have to get this bucket of water and then go down there by the creek that is back of my house and get water. And put the water in that bucket that I got from the creek in my bathroom toilet in order for me to flush the toilet. And I also haven't been able to wash my hands with water, but hand sanitizer, and rub it off with napkins or paper towels. And I have to wait till I go to number 2 poop before I flush the commode. And the water in the commode, it's that way because it's creek water, and the creek water is naturally brown, making the toilet get stains on it, and that's what's causing me to have to clean my hands and the toilet so much with that stuff, because I'm using creek water and it's making the toilet have stains, dirt stains. And I also have to be filling trash up a lot with different water bottles that I use to wash my hands with, or water bottles to give my cats stuff, and jugs of water, just to keep things clean, and just so are my cats and I can have some things to drink. And this right here, this hand sanitizer, it can make hands a little bit dry, and that causes me to have to put something on my hands, like some sort of essential oil or lotion, to make sure my skin doesn't wind up being chapped, because alcohol can really be detrimental to your microbiome of your skin and to the moisture on your skin. And I've been breaking out all over because I haven't been able to bathe with actual water, and it's causing my skin to break out a little bit, especially on this side. And I look like shit. And I had to go through this on my period of all times, and the toilet seat was full of my period blood that I wasn't able to flush down the toilet, and my bathroom was smelling like fucking blood a few days ago, and I was scared that my blood was going to stain the toilet seat red. It was disgusting, and I had to go over to my grandma Becky's house and wash my body when I was on my period in order to keep my ass clean, especially when I'm on my period, because that's when you can get a yeast infection and shit like that. A lot easier as a woman. And then I have to use hand sanitizer because I don't have a lot of these Clorox wipes. Use hand sanitizer to disinfect and cleanse the table and the countertops with, along with a lot of other stuff. And I haven't been able to cook that well lately, which is causing me not to be able to make cooking videos for you guys as well, because I don't have water that I can use to cook those nice meals that I can post and make videos of. And my mom, brother, and I, because I live with my mother and my brother, have to use all kinds of jugs and stuff to cleanse things and cook. And today, I had to clean up after my mom's dog because her urine smelled disgusting. I had to clean up in here by hand because for some reason I don't know how to use these freaking Swiffer mops. And I winded up using a shit ton of them. Not just in there to clean her stinky urine, but I also had to clean up after this dog that I let outside. Tracks. He tracked in mud in the house, and I had to clean up his muddy tracks from the door right here to all the way around here in front of the TV. And I just stopped right here because I don't want to piss my mom by cleaning up her bedroom, because she's very weird about that, where she doesn't care about cleaning, and her version of clean is disgusting because her version of clean is do the bare minimum, along with my brother. My brother and my mother are disgusting. My brother doesn't clean his bedroom, and my mom doesn't clean up after her fucking dogs in her bedroom, which causes her room to look like shit. And she has her fucking old bed that she lets the dogs destroy and sleep on. And look how disgusting it is under her bed. And she doesn't always clean up after their pee and poop in here. And this is why I don't like to go in here, because it smells like dog, disgusting dog, and it looks disgusting in here. And not only that, but I had to sweep in here too, because where we've been going outside to get fucking water from grandma's and from the creek with buckets to flush commodes, we've been tracking in more often. And where we've been letting the dogs out more because we don't have enough water to clean up after them, the dogs are also tracking in more often. And this is my brother's bedroom. That's how disgusting his room is. My bedroom is the only bedroom that isn't completely disgusting. I clean my bedroom real well. And it's even more disgusting than it usually is, because I haven't been able to clean my fucking wine glass. Well, it's not made out of glass, it's made out of plastic cup thing. I haven't been able to clean that because we don't have water to clean up in. And this is something that I saved from my birthday, that I had Japanese food for my birthday because I like Japan, and I decided to save the napkins and the stuff from Tudor's and Japanese for me to use to put my food in order for me not to have to wash plates or anything like that, and have more things to put my food in where there isn't any water to wash dishes with. And that right there is my shampoos and everything that I take to my grandma's in order to take a bath or a shower. Those right here, this isn't considered dirty because I put these here for a reason, because I'm going to clean them. These are copper wires that I want to use to make crafts with, along with orgone technology. Orgone scalar technology. I grow mushrooms with that stuff on the floor, because my bedroom is a mushroom garden where I love mushrooms. I'm an amateur hobbyist mixologist. Then I have this, so where I can disinfect stuff in my bedroom, especially stuff that's on the floor, or clean and disinfect my shoes. because I like to keep my shoes clean. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people will say that that's OCD, but I say fuck them. And then I haven't been able to wash my fucking clothes because I don't have water. Hi. And a lot of other stuff that I just have to deal with until the water comes back on. And then look at what the dogs did to my blanket. I hate dogs and dog germs. And I hate how stinky they are. They got their hair and they got mud and dirt all over my freaking chair. In here. This is why I don't like to come in here and talk to you all. And also why I don't like to come in here and watch TV because of these damn animals, especially the dogs. Because cats actually keep themselves clean and don't track in as much mud where they're smaller animals. And there's cleaner animals that like to cleanse themselves before they go back into their nest, their home. My family and I have to use paper plates, cups, and spoons and forks due to not having water to wash dishes. And I've been cleaning the floor up with these and gloves. You see how clean the floor is in here? It took me 30 fucking minutes to get this floor this clean. And you see, I even missed a spot. And that's what the floor looked like this morning. It had mud on it, urine from the dogs, poop, hair. It looked like shit. This is what's causing me to spend my days cleaning hours upon hours straight and not be able to talk to you on YouTube or Facebook. My friends and viewers of my YouTube channel and my fellow target individuals, patriotic Americans who think I'm ghosting them, but I'm not ghosting them, is because my fucking life, my fucking house is shit. Thanks to those damn dogs and my well fucking up. And also, my mom is getting home earlier now, which is causing me to have to make another schedule around my mom's schedule of getting home earlier. That means that I am pressed for time to make YouTube videos earlier in the day, like before 3 o'clock earlier, or even before 1 o'clock in the day earlier. And I have been eating stuff that I usually don't like to eat too much because I find it disgusting. I've been eating hamburgers, mushroom burgers, with these hamburger buns, whole wheat hamburger buns, because I haven't been able to cook the food that I usually like to cook, which is stuff that you would use the oven to cook, like spaghetti or soups, like curry. And I've been using my oyster mushrooms that I've been finding way back in those woods over there as a fish alternative for fish sandwiches. And that's also another reason why I haven't been on YouTube and Facebook lately, because I've been going foraging for winter mushrooms like velvet shank and snow white oyster mushrooms in order for me to have something to put on these sandwich buns. Because I don't eat meat and I'm a vegetarian and a vegan. A vegan, especially in the summertime when there's more plants to go around. And I have to use mushrooms to get protein, especially fat-free protein, in order for me not to get fat. And I've gotten fat from eating chocolate and all kinds of other stuff on my period and on my birthday, with my birthday cake being a chocolate cheesecake that my mom got me. And that's causing me to have to fast now and just eat one meal a day. I got to 186 pounds and I was 184 to 183 pounds a week ago. That means I have to go and work out to get the shit tons of weight off my body. And I also can't eat too much because where I don't have water to wash my hands and the flush the commode that much, I have to not eat too much in order for me not to poop too much, in order for me not to have to go to the creek to get creek water to flush my feces, and also for me not to have to find water or something like hand sanitizer to wash my hands after I wipe my ass. And I don't mind not eating. It's actually a survival mechanism that comes naturally for me because of living in one of the most poorest and disgusting areas of the United States, and that be the Appalachian Mountains, Appalachian region, where there's a bunch of undereducated and oppressed hillbillies and redneck, basically white trash, who have a hard time keeping even their own appliances and municipalities working right. And the chemtrails have also been stressing me out because I don't have water to take a long shower or bath to get chemtrail smart dust off my head and shoulders. Yesterday I ate a Mexican pizza that was good. And I was surprised that I was able to make something that nice despite not having water to cook with or clean with. And I put the scarlet elf cut mushrooms that I found up in the woods on that Mexican pizza I had yesterday. And they look really pretty on it. And I stuffed them with queso cheese and put some cilantro on them along with lime. They tasted good. They almost tasted like pork substitute on the pizza. And right now, I'm staying in front of my door because I'm watching out for my pawpaw Chuck and his friends to see when they're going to go and fix the well. And I'm also being right here because I feel good standing in front of my front door because I have all that sunlight and the warmth, because it's a little bit warmer today, being on my body, and it helps with vitamin D production, and it makes my blood pressure go down, especially whenever I'm stressed. Like when I'm right now, I'm stressed. Today, I was crying about all kinds of stuff, and I just feel very overwhelmed by shit today. I was just stressing out so much about being a target individual and about all this stuff that my fucking perps, mind hackers, have been putting in my fucking head. They have been putting the most indecent thoughts in my head about my situation and stuff relevant to my situation, not having water, of me having not to go to the bathroom too much and eating too much and shit. They've been telling me that humans don't have any decency, people should starve and shit. Just very fucking horrible torture scenarios about human decency. And that's been causing me just not to feel like doing anything. Just saying fuck everything. They've been making me feel antisocial. They've been telling me I'm despondent. They've been telling me I'm no good and everything. And I've been trying to ignore them and ignore them and ignore them as much as possible. All I ate today so far was one peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This is how much I have to hold it in and how much I can't go to the bathroom. I only ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, well, a peanut butter and grape sandwich. And I only shitted twice today. Only 2 times a day. I've been trying to keep me having to go number 2, especially because poop has more germs in it than piss does. And it's a lot harder to wash off your hands and everything than urine is. I only went number 2 twice today. And I only ate one thing today, a peanut butter and grape sandwich. This is how hard it is. I know that may be too much information for me to make a public video to put on the internet and stuff, but I have to say this stuff for you guys to take my situation seriously and for you to understand what kind of things my perps and mind hackers, whether it's synthetic telepathy or mineral monitoring manipulation and V2K, are saying to me about my situation. Even though I've urinated a lot today, but urine is a lot easier for me to get off my body and clean up after in the toilet seat and stuff. And it's easier to flush with creek water, especially with the damn creek water. The creek water is already disgusting as is because it ain't completely clean because it has mud and dirt in it. Also, my steps and everything out here days ago was dangerous because there was ice all over them and it made it a lot harder for me to get in and out of the house without busting my head or something. Very dangerous, cold, snowy weather has been going on this month in February. It was even worse this month than it was January and December, and I'm wondering when there's more snow is coming. And I'm also by the door or by that window right there because I want to watch when Mom's going to get home because she comes home earlier than what she used to now, and I have to watch out for her because she doesn't want me talking about stuff online. She doesn't know that I have a public life on YouTube. She doesn't know that I have a YouTube channel and shit like that. This YouTube channel was made not for my mom or my family members. It was only made for my fellow target individuals of patriotic Americans who know about the Illuminati and gang stalking and stuff like that. My mom's a narcissist, and she's a narcissist who obeys the ultimate narcissist, which is the government, the deep state shadow government, or evil United States government. And she takes everything the United States government says with face value, but she's even more cynical and skeptical now that Donald Trump and the fascist uh, Christian nationalists have taken over the government, and now that Robert Kennedy is saying the most outlandish things. Robert Kennedy said that diet can cure schizophrenia. Diet does not cure schizophrenia. Any psychologist and nutritionist would tell you that there is no way in hell changing somebody's diet is going to change their mind like that. He said that diet can cure schizophrenia and autism. No, it doesn't. In keto and paleo diets, people say that eating meat is a good thing. But I'm going to tell you something. That's not true either. Because meat is the most tainted and warped thing you could put in your body. Meat has all kinds of parasites like worms in it that you can get worm infections, and this is why I don't eat sushi that has seafood in it anymore, because seafood is actually the most tainted meat with worms and other types of parasites, along with microprobes like bacteria and viruses in it that can get you very sick. And we humans were not made to eat meat, because true meat eaters can eat raw meat without getting an infection and stuff, because their bowels are more acidic to break down and digest everything in the meat, including the microprobes and parasites in there. True meat eaters are vampires. Think about it. Vampires eat the most nutritious part of meat, in this case human meat, and that's the blood, that's the bodily fluids, the bioplasma. And that part of the body, the human body and any body of any animal, which is the blood, is also the most tainted, and the part with the most DNA in it, with the chromosomes and the nuclei of the cell. That's why I hate fucking paleo, keto, carno nut jobs who say we humans were made to eat meat. Oh, really? Then what about you go and kill a deer and drink its blood and eat it like a wild animal, you fucking nut job? Prove to me that you as a human are a true predator. Go out and kill animals like predators, like lions and wolves out in the wild, and fucking eat the animal as is, and don't fucking cook it, and see how much you live after eating that raw meat without that fucking shit giving you a life-threatening infection of some sort. And many religions, even though I'm not a religious person, I believe in, well, I don't believe in anything. I only do everything what I can physically observe with my eyes. I'm all scientific and everything. But it tells you that most religions consider meat eating demonic, satanic, sinful, lower, lesser, and unbalanced. Most religions and cultures believe that meat eating is a bad thing, and bad things come from eating meat. Okay? That right there is data. That's analytics. If I can analyze every culture on planet Earth, or almost every culture on planet Earth, and they say doing something is bad, it probably is bad. That's self-evident truth. And that's what every culture on Earth, especially the most sophisticated cultures, even the Romans were vegans and vegetarians. Roman soldiers ate mostly bread because it lasts longer. It has a better shelf life, along with nuts and fruits like raisins. Dehydrated and fermented fruits last longer in the pantry for a soldier to use it to get through a war. And I'm just sick and tired of white people, especially white men, saying that in order for you to be manly or for you to be a good soldier, you have to eat meat. When the most lethal and deadly soldiers throughout history and warriors throughout history were vegans and vegetarians, because they knew that plants last longer and keep you alive longer than meat does. Heck, I live more like a Roman as a white American woman who's a pagan and a scientist who practices science, knows things, than an average white Christian male is. I'm more Roman gladiator or legionnaire than he is. I'm more man and masculine than he is, because I know that that piece of beef jerky, that steak won't last for a month. But a biscotti can almost last for a month, and I will live off biscotti than live off fucking meat, especially if I'm in a survival situation like being an actual soldier, or an apocalypse situation like a zombie apocalypse where all the meat is probably tainted with that zombie virus that I don't want in my body because I don't want to become a fucking zombie. So yeah, men need to get real about what eating meat actually does and actually is. In reality, it's not masculinity. It's not something you actually have to do for survival. You're just making yourself sick, and you are putting yourself in the position of more probability of getting infected with a tertiary infectious disease that will kill you from the inside out. And my Native American ancestors and my Jewish ancestors, they said that animals have souls in them, and that eating animals is evil and wrong and goes against God's laws, to the point that if you eat an animal, its soul, its flesh will eat and rot you out from the inside in order to punish you for eating it. And that's exactly what it does, and science can prove it. Because its flesh is tainted with toxins and parasites and viruses that will eat you from the inside out, that are too tolerant to chemicals and heat to kill them off, to make the meat 100% safe to eat. That you will eventually get sick and die if you continue to eat meat, especially in excessive amounts and too much, to the day you fucking die. And this is why I grow mushrooms and why I forage for wild mushrooms around my house. Because mushrooms don't have as much parasites and stuff that can make you sick. And many of them are medicinal, like chaga is. And kills parasites along with killing the pain and inflammation in your body. And I would rather, I know this may seem like an asshole, especially an antisocial asshole, but I have boundaries about things. I would rather be way up in the mountains right now picking for chaga or wild mushrooms than make a YouTube video. Especially since it also keeps me away from shit that can be used by my perps and mind hackers to better torture me. And I have all kinds of chaga. You see? I found this chaga out in the woods. And I've been putting in my tea and coffee. This is a superfood. It's not just a mushroom, it's a superfood and a medicine. This stuff cures headaches, aches, and along with other stuff. Then here's some more chaga right here. Then in here is some more chaga along with reishi and turkey tail mushrooms. That's reishi I found out in the woods and dehydrated. These are turkey tails. Turkey tails grow everywhere. They're like dandelions. You just can't get away from them. They're everywhere. They taste good in waffles and flour, the turkey tails do. I put turkey tails and mung beans in my flour to help keep the flour together, along with giving the flour more nutrients. In order for me to make healthy, energy, and nutritious waffles and pancakes for breakfast. Then I got some more mushrooms in here. These are turkey tails and wood ears. The wood ears I use to make jelly and to keep my food together, like flour. I put them in flour to keep the flour together. I use them as a vegan egg substitute. I also use them to make pudding, like chocolate pudding out of. Wood ears are real good. And I've been recycling stuff from the store, like this plastic container, in order to put mushrooms in it, in order to be eco-friendly. And it also helps me organize stuff. Then in those bags right there, I have both mushrooms and vegetables and fruits that I dehydrated that I can use as snacks when I go out for a hike or go out alongside the road, this road, and pick up litter. I also have chaga right here. These bags are nothing but chaga. I'm going to use some of this chaga to grow more chaga with by finding a birch tree and placing the chaga in the birch tree in order for it to make more of itself. But I haven't been able to find a birch tree around here, except for the ones that my papa and grandma cut down because they were afraid it's going to fall in their trailer over there. Then I have chestnut mushrooms growing in here. This right here is more reishi, I think. Yes, this is reishi. The reishi mushrooms that I dehydrated. This is red reishi. Just regular ass red reishi mushrooms. Has more chaga in there. This right here is turkey tail, I think. No, wait a minute. This may be pepper seeds up in here too. Thailand pepper seeds. Yeah, those are peppers. Dehydrated peppers with the pepper seeds. Thai peppers. Then this is the turkey tail in here. And then this bag has nothing but this turkey tail in there that I use to make tea with. It's very easy to bend apart and stuff and make powder. And that's what's in this stuff. I put the peppers in there with the mushrooms because the peppers have natural antimicrobial chemicals in there, which will keep the microbes off the mushrooms, and some of the mushrooms in there have antimicrobial properties, acting as preservatives for each other. Then I have these acorns that they're edible, that I can make edible acorn flour out of and mix it with those mushrooms to make a natural 100% non-GMO flour and stuff out of. And I also can make them into beads. I can make this into beads or buttons, the acorn caps. I can also probably grow mushrooms with them. And I've been using that Deer Park water to make stuff and just to drink whenever I need to get something down my throat and out of my body. And then I have other types of mushrooms as well. These are Amanita muscaria flyagaric. They have muscarine and ibotenic acid, and I use these. And I smoke these as well. And they help me sleep with pain, along with creativity. And I smoked them last night. I keep them in my unicorn thing. And then I have these jars of mushrooms that I want to use to grow more mushrooms with. This is rose gill mushroom. This is charcoal burner mushroom. And then those ones right there is purple puffball and cauliflower mushroom. I need to do something right now. I've been burning these incenses because the toilet's been stinking where I don't have water to flush it, and I'm flushing it with dirty creek water. And I have to come back and check on it to see if it's alright, and to also re-let it because sometimes it just goes out. Then I had to burn incense in here today because of dog urine. And also of not having water to clean the kitchen with. And I've been getting rid of the odors with the Essen burners. And it went off. And I have to relight it. Relight the damn incense stick right now. This incense stick is called Wild Berry. I got it from Walmart. It's Wild Berry incense. The other one in the bathroom is Motivite incense stick. You see, they're putting in the new well today. And I can't let the dogs out because they'll attack. Especially that damn half pit bull bitch will attack them, and that will cause them to urinate and poop in the house more today. Today I'm going to be having a oyster mushroom sandwich with either green beans or a appetizer of a baked potato on the side. I'm just showing you my oyster mushrooms that I made for sandwiches. Where the hell are they? That ain't them. Well, I don't want to go through that shit anyways. And that's what I've been doing. I've been just eating some very basic stuff for dinner. Regular ass fast food, except a little bit healthier because I put stuff like alfalfa sprouts and mushrooms in it. Now, I'm going to see what time it is. It's 3:31. That means that my mom is probably going to get home here in like 20 to 30 minutes. And these guys might call me to ask me some questions because they need information to help them know what they're doing right or wrong with the well. That means I need to, here in a few minutes in this video, and do some things I need to do today. And also because my mom can't hear me talk about my mind hackers, perps, gang stalkers, whatever the hell you're going to call them, putting thoughts and voices in my head with direct energy weapons, V2K, voices, skulls, synthetic telepathy, remote neural monitoring and manipulation, synthetic telepathy, remote neural monitoring and manipulation are pretty much the same damn thing. They're two different methods with a similar approach of putting thoughts in a person's head with different types of electronic wireless devices that use frequencies and artificial intelligence, especially quantum supercomputer or fractal supercomputer artificial intelligence, to put thoughts in people's head and erase the thoughts that are in people's head. Mind control weapons, psychotronic weapons, torture, voice to skull, Thanos syndrome, that kind of shit. I don't find psychedelic mushrooms in woods, and I'm surprised I haven't because I have been adventuring out in the woods for years, and I'm surprised I haven't come across a mushroom or a wild plant that can make me see things that aren't there, at least from what consensus reality and the typical consensus and sensor inputs of the human brain would tell me are not there. I haven't seen anything as an hallucination. Nothing. At all. The only thing I can see that other people can't see is my farsightedness, and that I can see almost everything that's up there on a hill, or with my ability to see in lower light, that I can see more finer details in the evening time and sometimes the nighttime that most folks would underlook or overlook. Also could be a tetrachromat because I see more hues of colors than other people do. Like, for example, I can see probably more shades of brown and green in the grass right there than you guys can. Simply because I'm more sensitive to frequencies of light that I can pick up on different and even very subtle cues of colors along with everything else that would be going on out there or even inside the house as well. And that's just why I'm not a paranoid schizophrenic and why I'm not in psychosis, because I know what's real and what's not real. I can differentiate if I'm seeing some things that other people can't see. And I don't see things that other people can't see, and I know the voices that I'm hearing are not my voice because they don't sound like my voice. They sound like black girl's voice, and very bitchy black girl's voice at that. Um, and they sound like a Jewish or German white man, like a Zionist Jew or a Nazi, talking back to me in my own language, English, and he's being an asshole to me. And I know these voices are not coming from a god or a demon, angel, whatever the fuck a religious person would think that's out there, belief is out there that created everything, or is the personification of evil, whatever. I know it's not coming from a supernatural being. It's coming from the government, the military, who have advanced mind control technology, or maybe even from what I've been told by a person that I talked to, he's saying that extraterrestrials, and this is an old war veteran who is a Vietnam War veteran, Drake Bailey. He told me when I was on the phone with him years ago that extraterrestrials, an otherworldly force, is putting thoughts and voices in my head. I don't know if what he's saying is true or not. He just thinks that the same people that are torturing and attacking him is also torturing and attacking me. Which could be the case because we're both from West Virginia. We're both rebellious redneck hillbillies that live in the state of West Virginia. But that's still coincidental, though my perps, gang stalkers that are doing this to me may be completely different than his. But he is an old war veteran, and he's a war veteran with psychic powers and advanced military technology for what he is. And I think that I should respect him and give him a somewhat of a shadow of a doubt, because from what he is and his skills, he's probably is right that I'm being attacked by an extraterrestrial force or by the Secret Space Program, which is one of ours in the United States government out there in the solar system and galaxy that are working with extraterrestrials, and unfortunately they're working with the bad guy extraterrestrials. They have the draconian lizard people that David Icke talks about. Because unfortunately, my country, the United States of America, my country's government is the bad guys, and they're working for hostile bad guy extraterrestrials simply because they're too greedy and too lazy to be good guys and fight against the extraterrestrials and defy them rather than kissing up to them and trying to appease them. That means that the real life Hydra has completely dominated and conquered the real life Captain America, which is the United States military soldier. Okay? Bad guys are running the world. Bad guys have won. Bad guys are winning. Evil is triumphing over good in real life, okay? That is a shitty situation to be in, and I know that this is happening, And this is why I just feel like I don't want to do shit for all day because I'm very demoralized and very dehumanized that I just don't want to do anything than just escape in a video game or watch an anime. Which is pretty much me doing the exact same thing that my fucking United States military is doing. So instead of kissing up to evil extraterrestrial, kissing up to said evil, I just want to pretend like it doesn't exist and put it under the rug. Which makes me a shitty person. Just as much a shitty person as they fucking are. And it's them in the United States military that are probably in cahoots with the evil extraterrestrials that Drake Bailey, this Vietnam War veteran, told me are torturing me. And it probably is a deep state in the shadow government, along with the secret space program, in cahoots with the evil extraterrestrials who are torturing me. And I was told by another friend who is an old person, Tara Potter, that I am a super soldier and I was in the super soldier program that the secret space program has. And I also been told by Sergeant Patty Brizard, by one of her videos she did with another person, that super soldiers are in clone bodies and that our clone bodies don't last as long as our original bodies and that we will only live to like middle age or even below middle age, which means that I only have about 15 to 20 years left to live, which has also caused me to feel like shit too. That means I can't become a military soldier, police officer, president of the United States of America, and fight for my fellow target individuals and other whistleblowers. Because I won't live long enough to get elected. And that also means I can't have children because I won't live long enough to see my grandchildren and make sure my children get to go to college or have just a good life where they have a respectable job and nobody, I don't know, makes them super soldiers like what happened to me or tortures them, makes them target individuals, or they won't wind up getting into blatant human trafficking like sex trafficking that Hollywood does to people and Mexican cartels to people. That means I can't be a mom, can't have a family of my own, I can't start a family, and that also means I can't avenge my friends or my soul family, which is my fellow target individuals, whistleblowers, and activists out in the world and online. And that sucks. I wish I can become a vampire, then I can have it all. I can have a family, and I can live for like thousands of years, and I can kill and destroy everybody who has killed and destroyed my fellow target individuals, patriotic Americans, super soldiers, and whistleblowers, and I can save the world from evil, and I can do it for thousands of fucking years, at least. And I know vampires do exist because I've done the paranormal research and deep scientific research on how immortality can be possible by killing and drinking people's blood and sucking their life force energy or dead or orgone energy that Wilhelm Reich talks about, along with necromancy and night vision and shit. I know vampires are real, and I know the United States military and the super soldier program, because what James Ring says, has actual vampires, real life vampires, people with vampire powers, and such in there. And I know that there is a virus or something that acts as like a nanotechnology that turns people into vampires when they get infected with it. And it's probably related to and similar to the technology that Black Goo, the PPAI, that Alfred Lee Bremont Weaver and Harold Kautzvilla talks about. But I don't know if I'll ever get infected with said virus that will turn me into a vampire. I don't know if the universe is going to grant my wish on that one. For me to be an immortal being, being with psionic abilities and that can resurrect itself from the dead and shit. I don't know if I'm ever going to get that type of power. To become an undead. The undead, the revenant, vampire, immortal being. Because I fucking would need an ability like that. A supernatural ability, psychic ability like that. In order for me to have everything that I should have and need to have in life. Because of how challenged and on above veteran difficulty my life is. Because the fucking world's hell and it's ran by evil beings. Called the Zionists, Jews, Jesuits, Illuminati, Cabal, human extraterrestrial hybrids, human alpha draconian hybrids, Windsors, the Tudor group that Patty Brazar talks about, Grey aliens, Archons, Archon Draco parasites, universe killers, Black Goo, PPAI, all that kind of shit. Is fucking evil and evil vampires around the world too. Werewolves exist, because I know if vampires exist and the human alpha draconian hybrids, the lizard people exist, then pretty much everything in the Halloween realm exists in real life. Werewolves, ghouls, goblins, Frankenstein's monster, golems, demons, archons, djinn, genies, shapeshifters, skinwalkers, wendigos, you name it. That also means the Grim Reaper probably exists. It's probably an immortal supernatural being, an entity out there that has evolved to become the personification and incarnation of death itself, to become death itself. Yep, and now right there is very fucking scary of the thought that something like that probably exists out there in the universe. The Grim Reaper actually being a real life entity that can do all the things that the Grim Reaper is said to be able to do, which is rip souls out of people's bodies and making them into dead corpses, resurrecting the dead, guiding souls, the consciousness into the afterlife and everything like that. And that's why I also just feel like shit as well, because I've done so much research about everything that everything in the nightmare land of reality, Halloween or horrific hell, everything that you could view as a fucking monster actually exists. Well, I have to go and check the mail, and my mom is going to get home here in a few minutes, along with me having to help them with establishing the well that they are installing. Talk to you later. Take care and have a good rest of your day, regardless if it's afternoon, evening, or night. Have a good lunch or dinner. Bye.